Welcome to Coach's Corner. My name is Jason Demontennis. This week I'm back with Peter German, Senior Coach. Germo, last week we had a bye, but we had a Premiership Heroes night. It must have been a good night. You must have felt.
It was actually a fantastic night, Jace. To have the players from 74 Premiership. I think there's about 7 or 8 of them, and then you had the 79 team Premiership, which was the first division Premiership in 51 years. And to have Colin Kinnear and there as well, but I think the 89 boys as well. I think they really enjoyed it. There was about 7 or 8 of those boys as well, and even this week we've got the 89 reunion against Williamstown. So that was a big day for them, and hopefully it's a big day for them this Sunday as well.
Absolutely. This Sunday we have our luncheon, which is the celebrating our 25th anniversary of that win, our last Premiership win to this date. But just on Williamstown, I mean, you've coached there. Do you think your past experience with the club maybe gives the side an advantage, or how does that play?
It's always nice to know the opposition, so to try and give our players, some intimate knowledge of the opposition. So I guess I'll have that. But look, in the end of the day, it's another game. We'll prepare exactly the same this week as we do any other week, and I'm sure Williamstown will as well. But look, we know it's going to be a tough game. The resources they have compared to Coburg are far outweigh what we have. But the beauty is, a club like Williamstown and Port Melbourne, they're the yardstick, and our aim and our goal is to try and eventually bridge that gap and be able to match it off the field and on the field. So I think we're heading in the right direction.
Absolutely, you can definitely see that we are heading in the right direction. And in terms of, we played Werribee last time, and they're a potential top 4 side, and we really pushed them in the second half. We've got the side here. Who really stood out for you in terms of individual efforts? I know in particular you're impressed with some of these defenders in here.
Yeah, look, we both had 54 inside 50s, so both our forwards and our backs really had the opportunity to be able to impact the game. But certainly Blair on Warren was fantastic, and Hartley was terrific on the 2 or 3 players he played on. He was able to really support Blairy, and even when Majak Dor went down there, Hartley was able to go on him. So look, our back line was pretty solid. Our midfield, I think there was probably almost over 100 stoppages for the game, so our midfield had a lot of work to do. But again, I think Thomas and Usul and Vendetti, even Sortino in the ruck, I think that Ben at times may lack height or athleticism. But I thought on the weekend, especially against Majak Dor, he really held his own, and I was really pleased with some of his ruck work. And to see Cody Mann step up his second game back after a broken collarbone, he was fantastic in the conditions. We've seen some of the things that he can actually do to be able to break out of packs, and he kicked 2 goals. One goal, his second goal actually only put us 12 points behind, 10-minute mark of the last quarter with the win. So he shows outstanding promise there. Our forwards really worked hard. I thought Nick Carnell starting to get back to some good form. Zaki Saad probably had his best game, had the most possessions he's had. Probably just in the conditions, maybe might have helped some of his ball use. Probably Leck was a little bit down, had the opportunity to kick 2 or 3, but he still gives us that option. But I thought overall, it wasn't one of our best efforts, but certainly I think our pressure and our ability to be able to defend, kept Werribee to 8 goals, and I think that any time you can keep a top 4 team to 8 goals means you've done something pretty well. So I was pretty pleased with that.
Yeah, absolutely. We certainly stepped up in the second half, and we've also, I should mention, Shraven won't play with us this week. He'll be going back to Calder, I believe, and we've got Riley O'Brien to come into the side this week. Is there anyone else here making inroads from your perspective? We've heard what Paul Carbis has had to say in recent weeks, and Mark Pedersen as well, development coaches. But from your perspective, who do you look for when you're looking for players to potentially call up?
Oh, well, it's more probably, I have a motto: you play your way in the side and you play your way out of the side. So if any of these players are either injured or lack of form, then I guess it's pretty much a like for like. We're not going to take out Alec Featherston and bring in a Julian Hamala. So I think that if it's any of the players who are under pressure there, with their form, then obviously it comes back to there, and we just try and get our match. And I think all these players have, we like to play Joel again. I think that he's really starting to come on. Julian's really improved his footy. Tyson Morrow, I think he's just starting to find a little bit, but we still need him to find a bit more to really force his way into the side. Josh Tatino is probably the player who's really knocking hard on the door. I really think that he's still got a few areas of his game that I keep reinforcing with him, and he's really working on it. But I think just his competitiveness is going to give him an opportunity sooner or later. Omar was pretty good actually on the weekend. I thought he played his best game against Werribee. Tommy's back to the form that got him back into the side. But in saying that, he actually did have a migraine and pulled out late. But I think that if Tom can, continue that form that he's had for the last 2 or 3 weeks, then he might be able to force his way in. Matty Fairbairn, probably we just didn't want to go in with too much height, so he'll be knocking on the door. Jack Yowen is, I think he's had a really consistent year, so sooner or later, he should be able to get his chance if he keeps consistently performing in the development side.
Well, thanks very much for your insights, Jermo. And that's this Sunday at 2:00. We play Williamstown in both and where development is at 11:00 at Piranha Park.